All right, man. Just caught this movie called Windfall. Boy. So right at the back, he keeps looking at this house, right? It gives this like Alfred Hitchcock vibes or whatever with the music. You got this dude named Jason wandering around the house. He's drinking the juice and, you know what I'm saying, just terrorizing shit. Then he goes outside. He throws a glass, whatever like that. He goes back in the house. He goes into a different door or whatever. He starts wiping the door clean. So I'm thinking to myself, this might not be his house. Which apparently is not, because all of a sudden, this couple comes into the house. A couple by name of Todd and Debbie. And they're supposed to be married, right? Now, when Jason was rolling around the house, he found a couple $100 or whatever like that. But he also found a gun in the office. So when they came in, they ended up catching him. He basically tied both of them up and sat them on the couch. He made Todd find some more money that was in the office or whatever like that. He had already took their phones and whatnot, obviously. So I think he got enough money or whatever like that, because it felt like Jason knew Todd or something like that. He knew this dude was a billionaire or whatever like that, right? So he makes up with some money, but he has to get away. You know what I'm saying? Now, this villa or whatever like that is not around. It's not around nobody's house. It's like in the middle of nowhere for miles. So Jason knew exactly what he was doing. So that he could escape and get away, whatever like that, he told them to sit inside this sauna or whatever like that. And he was going to barricade it with like furniture and shit like that. Give him enough time for him to get away, get in his car, do what he got to do. But he goes back to the car. He notices on this tree, there's a fucking security camera on the tree. So he's like, God damn it. So now he's got to go back to the house. He sees they escape from the sun and he's got to chase them around or whatever like that. He ends up getting them back to the house though. Now, a certain point in this movie where Todd is looking for the money to give to Jason or whatever like that, Jason asks him a question. He says, yeah, do you know you have a gun in here? And he's like, no. So automatically Jason's not going to trust this nigga because he just lies to him about having a gun in the house. Now, Todd's excuse is he don't know what's going on in the house. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been here in I don't know how long, blah, blah, blah. Everything was arranged by a secretary, all this other shit, right? So now Jason's thinking to himself, I'm going to need some more money because bottom line is those are not their security cameras. It's a security camera from somewhere, whatever like that, but they don't have no like detective footage. You know what I'm saying? They can't just get rid of a VHS tape or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So now he needs enough money so he can, you know, get away from the country and, you know, have a different identity, all that shit. So basically they're going to price of $500,000 for him. So he has to call up his assistant, but the thing is, he can't do it on audio. He's got to do it on video. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you try to take too much money out, you know what I'm saying? Somebody will be like, something's up. And if all of a sudden you're doing an audio or whatever like that, he's always done things on video. So then he's going to be like, man, something's up. The last day, Jason wanted some red flags. You know what I'm saying? So when he asks for a serious type of money, he's like, oh, you need it for the other Debbie? He's like, oh, shit, like, yo, chill. So apparently this nigga Todd at one point in time was cheating on her with another girl named Debbie. That's just crazy. You hear about things being rocky. You could tell things are rocky in a relationship, whatever like that. Now, the thing is, the money's going to transfer. The thing is, she can't get the money to him until tomorrow, the next day. Because at that point in time, it was like 3:30, the banks are closed and shit like that. That's a lot of money to try to get out, you know what I'm saying? Just all in one go. So basically, going to be spending the whole night and day with him. So at one point, they go into this little garden or whatever like that. He got the little spot, and like Todd wanted to call it like a Mr. Miyagi training center. I was like, what the fuck? So it gets to a point they try to figure out stuff to do because it becomes nighttime. They end up watching movies together. Now they're trying to figure out where they're going to sleep. He wants Todd in this one particular bunk, and he wants Debbie in this other particular bunk, and Jason's going to be sitting outside. Now, when Jason's checking the beds, Todd tells Debbie, he's like, yo, just do some things to, you know what I'm saying, make him feel comfortable, blah, 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 all this other shit, right? Try to get close to him, whatever. That entails with Debbie coming out the room and she starts talking to Jason. Now, the thing is, she's been using her money, you know what I'm saying, to help the homeless, help charities and things of that nature, right? When it comes to Todd's nature, he's like the type of guy to do anything to get by or whatever like that. But he has some legit reasons of what he does, but at the same time, it's like, it kind of feels 50-50 in his wordplay. Now, they go back and forth talking about some real shit or whatever like that, but the thing is, they thought Todd was asleep at the time. The whole time, Todd was awake. And they wake up the next day, tension all in the fucking room. She makes some cereal for both of them, you know what I'm saying? They feel some type of way. While they're chilling in the house, all of a sudden, they see this car pull up. We was like, wait a minute, it's the fucking gardener. So they didn't even know the gardener was going to be showing up, whatever like that. They was like, somebody got to answer the door. So they go outside, looking at the gardener, whatever like that, because Jason gets caught looking through the fucking window. So the gardener does gardener work, you know what I'm saying? He's helping out, whatever like that. Then we find out he actually helped build up most of the stuff that was in the house, outside the house. And he was talking to Todd about putting his tree in the backyard, whatever like that. It'd be a nice little set of tree or whatever like that. He was like, I just need you to sign off on it. And he showed him this picture or whatever like that, what the tree would look like with the surrounding area. Now, he tried to make it look like he was signing something, but he was writing something else. So Todd kept talking to her while he was inside the house, you know, saying, taking Jason's attention off it or whatever like that. And then the gardener looked at the message. He started looking suspicious, like he's about to leave. And then Jason was like, hold on, get back in here, yo. Next thing we know, he ends up tying up the gardener. The message said, call 911. I was like, really, Todd? At this point, Todd just didn't give a fuck. But Debbie's pissed off him because he's like, nigga, you could have put all of us in fucking danger. Like, what the hell are you doing? But Todd don't give a fuck no more. He don't believe Jason's gonna do nothing. So he's like, yo, man, you gonna shoot me, just shoot me, yo. Just fucking do it, yo. The thing is, he clicked the gun, but the thing was, the gun was still a safety, so it didn't do nothing, right? So then the gardener tries to run, right? The gardener slips into the glass door, but the glass is in his neck, so he gets done deal deaded as shit. I'm like, yo. Afterwards, they just put the gardener outside. Jason's like closing the blinds and shit. We like, okay, what the fuck is he about to do? Everybody mad quiet. It's all this type of dialogue, you know what I'm saying? Jason feels some type of way about Debbie. Debbie's like, look, man, you're not a killer. I understand. Like, listen, things happen. Yo, we can clean this shit up. Da da da. And so I was the one talking about cleaning this shit up. I'm like, nigga, have you been in this situation before? You talking about clean up? What the fuck? So at that point, it's quiet in the house. It's got dark. And finally, the money's coming through. But the thing is, he doesn't want Todd to get the money. He wants Debbie to go get it. He was like, what? She goes out there. There's no car there, whatever like that. It's just a little briefcase or whatever. And it's got money in it. She brings it back in the house. Not a briefcase, a little duffel bag. Jason's got money. He about to dip out. But before he dips out, Debbie had told Jason about this tattoo that she had on her foot or whatever like that. It was supposed to be a tattoo of a rose or whatever like that. And Jason was like, I don't give a fuck. It was a tattoo that Todd said was ugly or whatever like that, that she wanted to have it taken off her foot. We just didn't know it was supposed to be a rose. And I was just like, wow, how can a rose be ugly? At this point, both of them are tied up, except Debbie's tied up on a chair, in the couch or whatever like that. And Todd is tied to a chair. So Jason goes back in because he's like, yo, fuck this shit. I got to get this off my chest. He starts talking to Todd. He was like, you know what? Yeah, I wanted to be like you. And then I realized how disgusting you are on the inside. It makes me sick. And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, Debbie's got a whole bunch of birth control pills in her purse. Now the crazy thing is between them, Todd and them, you'll see they always talked about having kids, having babies, living a family life or whatever like that, right? And we thought she was going along with it or whatever, right? The reason why Jason knows this is when he checked her for the phones earlier or whatever like that, he had to run through her purse to see what was going on, to see if he had an extra phone or whatever like that, because Todd had an extra phone in his pocket. I guess when he checked the purse, he didn't see anything in there, but he saw birth control pills in the purse. I was like, oh shit. Todd feels that way. He can't do nothing about it. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Debbie found a fingernail file. She's trying to cut herself loose while Jason was talking to Todd. Now, Jason's shoelaces are always getting untied or whatever like that. Now, this is a pivotal point. Jason's about to leave out with the bag of money or whatever like that, but he has to tie his shoes again. Now, not realizing that Debbie's already got herself loose. She ends up picking up this statue and bashing Jason's fucking head with it, yo. Jason's done deal dead as shit. And Debbie got this faraway look in her eye or whatever like that, right? She ends up getting the gun from Jason. Todd's so happy. He's like, oh, shit, you killed him? He's like, yo, let me out of here. Let me out of this chair. And she's like wide-eyed looking at him. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Baby, you hear me? She ends up pointing the gun at Todd while he's in the chair and banging off him 3-4 times. I was like, what the fuck? Last we see her wiping the fingerprints off of the gun, putting it in Jason's hand, and then walking out the door and getting the duffel bag and just walking. I was like, oh, shit. And that was the end of the movie. I'm like, yo, Windfall was crazy. Windfall on Netflix, nigga. Check it out.